Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, Rockets fans, it's Kobe Tree. Remember, like and subscribe if you have not. Let's get into this game. Very good game. Throughout the whole game, you see Carmelo Anthony in the post. Vintage Carmelo Anthony with those braids as well. Denver, Carmelo Anthony. So, Victor Oladipo, pull-up jumper. Got it. Victor Oladipo has a great pull-up jumper. Really good. Really smooth. You see Dame has such a great game. He got everything he wanted. He made any defender that was guarding him really was at a disadvantage. Victor Oladipo passed it out to Eric Gordon, DeMarcus Cousins. Really early in this game, Cancer was establishing his dominance on Christian Wood, so Silas had to make an adjustment and put DeMarcus Cousins out there. And right away, DeMarcus Cousins definitely changed that. It was vice versa. Like I said last night, when you see somebody, you tell them, hey, pick on somebody your own size. That's when DeMarcus Cousins came off the bench and, definitely established his dominance as well. I mean, there's always somebody bigger than you. Always somebody, willing to get down and dirty. Dame pull up. Look at that three-point shot. God damn. He had a great game this game. And when Rockets started down, they started the gates down by 20. See Cancer picking on little dudes. Cancer's not a great player. He just looks for disadvantages. And yes, in the NBA is all about matchups, but he's not a great player. Dame pulls up, and look at that defense. It was really good. I mean, just a better offensive player. So the Rockets are down by a lot. And I really was like, man, I'm kind of worried, but it's really early. And you see DeMarcus Cousins attacking the paint. And I told you, DeMarcus Cousins in the first few minutes once he came out was very, very crucial. He established his dominance, and he scored a little bit. I don't remember how much it was, but I know it's like 5 points. Overall, he had about 6 points. So this is when the tide started turning. You see Christian Wood bringing it up after that steal, and he dunked it on. But Melo pull-up jumper. Look at that. Melo still got to that game. Melo slimmed down. He's still trying to stay relevant in the game, and he is. He really is. I don't want to sound like a Melo hater because he still has a lot of game. Coming up, pull up three, and that's the thing about this whole game for Portland. They only stayed in the game. They lost the lead, but they came back because of their three-point shot, and they stayed, in it because of the three-point shot. They relied on that three-point shot heavily. Turnover. That's the recipe for the Rockets. They have to force turnovers. If not, they're gonna probably lose more than likely because they're a great defense, and that's mostly their bread and butter is getting turnovers, forcing the other team to get turnovers. See Dame shooting. I'm telling you, Dame was on fire. You look at John Wall. Just that hustle saved us a play. Oh, I think it was the Wall. I'm sorry. It's hard to tell from my point of view. But Christian Wood driving that little teardrop, and he has such a great touch for a big man. So smooth, so gentle, and that's just something you don't teach. And look, another steal for the Rockets. And you have so many great guys that can play the lane, steal the ball, and score at the other end once they get the steal. And that's what makes the Rockets deadly. They're a top defense. They have the best defense since trading James Harden. And that should tell you something right there. I love this team. I love it way better than the last year's team. The year prior. I like this team way better than the last 2 years. Even if they don't make the playoffs, I mean, I'd rather watch this than the last 2 years. The last 2 years for the Rockets, I mean, James Harden was overdue for a trade after, when they were trying to trade Chris Paul. They should have traded James Harden, but they kept James Harden, which was a bad move for the Rockets. Because I say that because at that time, James Harden value was probably a little higher still than it was this year. So you probably would have even got more. Probably would have got a young player and a lot of draft picks as well. John Wall passes out to Victor Oladipo, got blocked, tried to get the offensive rebound, the block shot. And then you see Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. was so great in this game. He really was. Daniel House, it was his first game back in a while, and he had a really good game. This was his best game of the season. It happened to be against Melo, so I don't know, but he hit some big shots down. Melo's not known for his defense, but who cares? Daniel House went out there and made his shots. Victor Oladipo penetrating and scores and won. Victor Oladipo. That's when I like when the Rockets are very aggressive. They're attacking the paint and not necessarily settling for a three-point shot. That's what I like to see. And you see Dame scoring easily. Dame is, so fluid. He's gonna score no matter what. It's just the other guys. You got to control the other guys. And I think the Rockets, at the most part, did really well. When he was definitely on the bench, the Rockets, took advantage of that situation. And, that's how they really got back in the game, with Dame on the bench. But, once Gary Trent Jr. got hot, they cut the lead and, they relied heavily on the three, but it just wasn't enough. And the Rockets squeaked out a win to get their fourth win in a row. Rodney Hood, pull-up jumper, got it. Rodney Hood's not a good player, but that was definitely a great shot. And that was another turnover. That was just a bad pass by Eric Gordon. I wouldn't really blame that on DeMarcus Cousins because he should have brought the ball up high. He's a big man. DeMarcus Cousins, you got to give him the ball in his right hand up high, not down low. The big man has a hard time bending over. See, Gary Trent Jr. got really hot, and he even took the lead. He hit 3 threes in a row, and that's what cut the lead down. Because the Rockets in the third quarter started off so hot. And you see Victor Oladipo missed a 3, but he comes right back, and he plays one-on-one basketball, and he pulls up on him and got it. That's what, really got us the bigger lead. And Vic, he was 2 for 11 from the three-point line. And, that's horrible. I mean, come on. But he hit it when it was most important. And then they come back right back with the three-point shot. I'm telling you, Portland relied heavily on the three, and that's what really kept them in the game. But you see John Wall. I don't necessarily like John Wall shooting a three, but, man, he hit that three, and I was so happy. I was like, man, I love seeing John Wall get his because, the narrative on him was that he was finished, he was washed. That's what a lot of teams put the narrative on you, and this whole team is hungry. I mean, you got so many guys who said, not who said, but the narrative has been that they're washed or they're finished because they have been injured or whatever. So, you got a lot of hungry guys from Victor Oladipo, John Wall, Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Gordon, etc. There's so many guys on this team. Sterling Brown was cut. So, I mean, you're up by 1. You just got to score. And Victor Oladipo makes cancer pay. The standing tree pay. I call him a tree because he's stuck to the ground. I hate cancer. I promise you. I do not like cancer. I think he's hot garbage. And that's pretty much the wrap up the game. Dame tries to shoot a 3, passes it out because that's such great defense by Victor Oladipo. And then boom, another 3, and then boom, they got it. Cut it down to 1. 3 seconds left. Eric Gordon just has to knock these free throws down, and he almost misses the second one. You could tell by the Portland bench, they're like, "Oh, dang, we had it," and they're deflated. And I was kind of worried. I was kind of iffy, but boom, 3-point shot, horrible shot. So the Rockets get this win, 4 in a row. I'm so happy. Remember, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Kobe Tree out.